What's going on, people? It's your boy Tony G, Gunner, Black Ops Band Dog TV. Back at y'all again. With today's order of business, I want to take this time to speak to y'all about negativity and how too often we let it override some of our more rational thinking. We let it override some of the positive that we have going on in our lives. One thing I want to encourage y'all to do, if y'all like the content that I put out, don't hesitate to hit that thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Comment, leave comments on some of the things and some of the topics that we speak on, that we discuss. But I mean that sincerely when I say, in all sincerity when I say we oftentimes let negativity override. We, including myself, let a lot of the negative vibes, a lot of the negative things that we have going on in our lives override the powerful, what should be more powerful and more positive things that we have going on in our lives. We have people complaining. When you balance and weigh the two, they really aren't the same. Yet and still we allow those negatives to outweigh those positives when we balance and weigh them. And I know this for my fellas. Y'all might not know what I'm talking about, but the ladies know what I'm talking about. Beyonce song. Say yes to your mother and yes to you. The first time that I say no, it's like I never said yeah. That's a real thing. You tell somebody yes all the time. They used to you being there. They used to you constantly being there, taking care of them, looking out for them and things of that nature. And the first time that you tell them that you can't do, or that you won't do, or that you stop whatever you used to doing, that's when they have a problem. They overblow it. We working a job. You can work on your job and things of that nature. You're gonna have a good week all week. Come Thursday, your manager come to you and ask you to do something. It's a task that may not have been yours. It's a task that was given to one of the other people or other employees, one of your co-workers and things of that nature. It was a task that was given to them, but for whatever the reason, she took it off of their plate and put it on yours. Before she did it, she had a meeting and she explained to y'all, why she was doing it and things of that nature. And then that messed up your whole week. Disregard the fact that she brought y'all lunch that entire week. Disregard the fact that in the last meeting y'all had with the regional managers that she brought your name up. But you look at the negative thing. You look at the first negative thing. Well, it may be a build up of things that happen. Managers, they get on your nerves. Trust me, I know it. I'm one of them. The people under me, I get on their nerves. You can't help it. You see what I'm saying? I know what it is, but in the same sense, we got a job to do. But bigger than that, let's look at it from a sports perspective. Imagine we playing basketball. We the Golden State Warriors. It's fourth quarter. It's a tie ball game. 20 seconds on the clock. The coach called the timeout. The timeout, that represents the meeting that the manager called. The timeout. That gets us across half court. Once he calls the timeout, we start across half court. When the coach set up the play, Draymond Green normally the one that's handling the rock. You understand what I'm saying? But this fourth quarter, the game on the line, we got a chance to win it. I guarantee they're not going to let Draymond Green shoot the ball. No, the coach tell him, when the coach draw the play up, the coach going to tell him, listen, you know who's going to get the ball. The best player on our team, the most clutch player on our team. Steph Curry going to get the rock. We need Steph Curry to make that clutch shot at the end of the game. Because he's a better shooter than Draymond. Way better. You can't even compare the two. Draymond Green is used to handling the rock. But instead of us having Draymond Green handle the rock, we're going to give the ball to Steph. Do whatever we do. As soon as we inbound and find a way to get the ball to Steph. And then last resort, if we cannot get the ball to Steph, then we got, because the teams are going to play for Steph. They're going to play for Steph. They know that we're going after our best shooter. Then if we can't get it to Steph, then we're going to get it to Clay. So why not look at it like from that perspective? They're going to give their toughest task to their most valuable players, to their best shooters. It's the same thing on the job. She came to you because she knew that you could get it done. She took it from X, Y, and Z, whoever this is, Susie, because Susie, she really ain't that good at getting it done. In this clutch time, we need to get this done. ASAP. Why not look at it from that perspective? But yeah, we choose to look at it in a negative space. You understand what I'm saying? You can be in a relationship. In your relationship, all week your relationship can be going good. The first thing that your spouse do, the first time your spouse do something that gets on your nerves, you allow that to ruin your whole day. You allow that to ruin your entire day. Sometimes even a week. Why allow those smaller things to get on your nerves? Why constantly allow those things to get on your nerves and not pay attention to the much larger things, not pay attention to the much larger scheme of things, the things that truly make you happy? Find time to find appreciation in the things that you have going on in your life. Things aren't always what we're going to want them to be, but it's our duty to make it what it is and to make the best out of what we have. You understand what I'm saying? Stop focusing on that petty foolishness. It's petty. That trivial, small things that really don't really matter when we really balance and weigh the two. They really don't matter. We get stuck in it. We get stuck in it. It's a thin line between pettiness and principles. And I'm not saying just go for anything. I wouldn't dare tell you just go for anything. You know, if somebody's doing something that you don't like, somebody's saying something, doing something that you don't like, you have that tough conversation. Don't have a problem with being the elephant in the room. If it's something that's going on, have that tough conversation, but don't allow it to fester to the point where you develop ill will and ill feelings, malice, intentions, and things of that nature behind the things that you're doing. Because ultimately, that only sits on you. Those individuals that you hold those feelings for, that you harbor those feelings for, oftentimes they don't really feel that. That resentment that you build up, they don't really feel that. They don't really feel it. They going about their day, and you're the one carrying that ill will and that resentment. Why not just let it go? We're hypersensitive to negativity. Hypersensitive to negativity. We gotta find a way to get rid of that. You know, we gotta find a way to balance it out. Like find a way to understand where it is we want to go, what it is we want to do, and how we expect to get there without constantly having the cloud of negativity over top of our heads. We don't realize that we bring it on ourselves. We bring it on ourselves. You got a family member that you know you look out for. You got a family member that you look out for. You giving, you constantly doing. If you that strong individual in your family, you orientate yourself heavy enough in your family that you're the go-to man or woman in your family. You're the person that everybody relies on to get things done. And then it's hard for you to go to people and ask people, can you give me, let me have? Can you give me, let me have something? It's hard for you to, because you're oftentimes that person that everybody else goes to for advice. You're often that person that everybody else go to for money. You're often that person that everybody else go to for when they're in a jam. You see what I'm saying? And they need your hand. They need a hand up, a hand out, hands, for whatever the case may be. You too often that person, so it's hard for you to get that same love in return. So then you start letting negative emotions fester, and you don't really know what to do with them. And so by the time it is time to actually deal with them, you so fed up to the point where now you unapproachable. You can't even be talked to, not rationally at least. You don't hear anything that anybody's saying. You just lashing out at any and everybody, and then that thing creates a domino effect. That negative vibe that you created, or that you're allowed to fester for that time frame. Now it translates on to your kids, and your kids translate on to school, and so forth and so on. Or it translates on to your mother, your sister, your brother, your cousins, aunts, uncles, whoever the case may be, friends and family members that you care about. It translates in that manner. It translates and trickles all the way down to your job performance, and it shows in the way you perform. If you continue to let that negative emotion fester, get rid of it, throw it away, deal with it right then and there. Don't allow it to fester. And balance, and truly take the time to balance and weigh what you have going on. Take the time to truly look at the things that you have going on in front of you. I don't care if you gotta make a list. Make a list of the things, of the people that's affecting you, those individuals around you that's affecting you. Take time to create a list and check off those lists of the things that they do right. Yeah. Do right. And then take time to check out the things that they do wrong, and check it off as you go. And if you take that list and you notice that list is way heavier on one side, or it falls heavier on that side of doing right and doing good or positivity, then throw that shit in the trash and stop fooling yourself with this unnecessary foolishness that you're dealing with, unnecessary anger that you're dealing with. Throw that shit in the trash. But on the flip side of that, if for whatever reason you go and they do more negative, and you see more negativity, you need to get those individuals out your life ASAP. Because those are the individuals that's going to bring you down. They weighing on you. You can clearly see it's weighing on you. You see it in some people, it's misery. You can see it in their face. You ever walked in an office? You ever been in an office or a setting where the whole office or the whole setting just filled down? As soon as you walk in there, you ain't had nothing to do with it. This might not even be your atmosphere. You had to go in there just to drop off something, just to let go of something. Whatever the case may be, as soon as you walk in there, you just feel misery. Well, you got to shake that off real quick. I don't even want to be in there too long. I got to get that shit off me, y'all. It's like motherfuckers got fleas or something. I don't even want that on me. I get to stomp in my shoe. I get to stomp in my feet and brushing my shoulders when I come out of an environment like that, because I don't want it on me. I don't even want that shit on me. I don't want it to wear on me. I don't need, listen, I speak to somebody, they give you this little half-ass, you know how it be. You might come in there, you might be cool, like, what's up, what's going on, how you feeling? Yeah, all right. Well, yeah, let me get the fuck out of here. I ain't got time for this foolishness. I don't even want that to jump on me. That little half-ass, you know, I'm all right, or half-ass speak. I don't want that with me. Y'all ain't gonna carry that with me. I get out of there ASAP. Get away from it. I don't want it in my space. You see what I'm saying? Especially the way my attitude set up. I'm telling you, I'm working on emotional intelligence. I'm working on it. I'm working on it daily. I'm working on it diligently. So I don't need to let those vibes around me. I don't need them keeping far away from me. I'm not the type. I roll with the punches. One thing, and listen, and I'm telling y'all the honest to God truth. I have an attitude. I can't lie to you. But one person that I'm not is that type of individual that sit and allow those things that made me mad to continue to fester or just roll with me the entire time and just keep it with me. I'm not that type of person. Now, it is certain things with regard to my family that I may like bottle up. I may do that. And that's small things, like small trivial things. It's never nothing major. Things that I feel like need to be, conversation that we truly need to have, I'm not going to let that slide. It's little small, little knick-knacky things that sometimes I let bottle up because it's not that important. It's not of grave importance for me to deal with it right there or to say something. Or if I do say something, sometimes in my mind I'm thinking like, that's petty. But then you keep allowing those petty things happening, then sometimes it overspills. But for the most part, I promise you, I'm not that type of person that, listen, you can ask anybody that know me. We can get into a full-blown conversation. Some of my male cousins and family members, brothers, I'm talking about we get into fights. I'm not getting ready to sit around them up. We can get in a whole fight that day. Tomorrow I'm cool with you, calling you, checking on you, saying how you doing, and I guarantee you better know ain't nobody else going to do nothing to you. Better know I ain't allowing anybody else to hurt you. That's the type of person I am. I'm not sitting in that negative space. I can't do it. I can't allow it. I can't allow it to hope because they don't do anything but weigh on me. They don't do anything but weigh on us. But let me not say it don't do anything because that same negative emotion that you feel, you in turn can spill that over. You can spill that over. You can be doing something and you can really be doing something positive, but you're not doing it to your best ability. And the reason that is because you're sitting with this nasty and resentful demeanor or expression on your face or just attitude about yourself that really carries over into your daily activities, your daily works, the way you work, your abilities. It lessens your abilities because you focus on the wrong things. Take time to truly concentrate your forces on things that are more positive. Focus on the things that are more positive. Bring things to light. Don't allow them to stay in the dark. Bring things to light. And when it's something that needs to be dealt with, deal with it immediately. Don't keep putting it on the back burner. Deal with it immediately. Handle it immediately. Release the tension. Release it. After you deal with it, release it. Get it off of your heart. Say what you need to say. Do what you need to do. Then release it. Take that time to inhale and exhale. I don't meditate. Well, I don't really sit and meditate in a traditional sense in terms of sit there, my legs crossed, my hands or my fingers, and I don't do all that. But I take a lot of time to myself, just quiet time, just in my head thinking. Sometimes I play things over and over, scenarios over and over in my mind about how things could go. So I can plan, plot, strategize, and have contingencies for whatever, obstacles may come. Just so I can deal with it a little bit better. That's a part of my emotional growth. That's a part of emotional intelligence, trying to grow within that space, within that realm. So I don't have to continuously walk in a negative light, or I don't have to continuously walk in a negative path, or I don't have to continuously have that dark cloud over me. I can walk in the light. I can walk in the light and feel good about the person that I am and the individuals that I impact on a daily basis. I can feel good about it and knowing that I can feel good about myself and knowing that I shed light on the individuals that come in contact with me. Unless you do me wrong, and then there ain't gonna be no light that shed on. It's gonna be something different, but I'm working on that type of shit. I'm keep telling y'all, I'm working on it. But the biggest thing is like really taking that time to step outside of yourself and realize the impact that you have on other people around you. The impact that you have on other people around you. You're in school. You might be in school, you might be in college and things of that nature. You got a rough week. You focusing on the bills that you gotta pay. You focusing on your car note is due, or you gotta get an oil change, and you still gotta pay for X, Y, Z amount of books and things of that nature. And you over there, you however far you are in college, and you might feel like you're doing it all by yourself. Take the time to really think about, damn, my whole family helped me move down here. You know, my family helped me get a refrigerator. My family helped me get that microwave. My family helped me get that car. My family helped me take care of the last few things that I needed to get taken care of with my car. So yeah, now it's time, like when it do seem like things is weighing on you and the weight of the world on your shoulder, take time to step outside of yourself and really realize, damn, a couple people did really step up and help me. You know, my boyfriend helped me. My girlfriend helped me. My wife helped me. My husband helped me. My sister helped me. My brother helped me. My mother helped me. My father helped me. Take those times to really look at things like that. And everybody ain't going to always do what you. One thing I realized in life, nobody is going to be absolutely what you need them to be and want them to be in every moment that you need them to be. Nobody. I don't care. We look at our mothers as the best thing smoking more often than not. You know, your mothers can't do no wrong in the world, not in the world's eyes. Mothers, they get flowers and everything. Flowers, candy, dedication, whole songs dedicated to them. Their fathers don't really get that. But don't worry about it, fellas, because we got a duty, the responsibility, regardless of the love that we're shown. The unconditional love, it go to women, kids, and pets. You feel me? Go to women, kids, and pets. Us, we do the dirty work. But that's okay because that's what we need. That's where we come from. That's what we're here for. That's our duty. But our mothers can't do no wrong. And even when they do, we forgive them. Oftentimes. And if you can't, then that's a problem. Forgive your mothers. When they're not the person, because oftentimes our mothers do work their asses off to get us what we need. Now you do have a piece of shit. You do have a few piece of shit mothers and things, and definitely fathers out here. But take the time to forgive them. My father wasn't the best individual in my life. My biological father, he wasn't there necessarily. He wasn't necessarily there. He wasn't around as often as I would like. He wasn't around too often, period, in general. And he's not dead by any stretch. He's still living. You know, he got his health. He still ain't around, so I take the time, I go see him, I go talk to him, and oftentimes I feel like the roles are reversed. I feel like the father talking to the son. You understand what I'm saying? Even though he had to dig himself out of a hole that he's dug for so many years. He had to dig himself out of that, and I know what it's like to live fast and be going through things. So now when I talk to him, I feel like I'm the big dog talking to him. I feel like I'm the big dog talking to him. Even the way he look at me, I can see it in his eyes. He might not never admit that, but I can see it when we talking. He feels that way on certain topics, on certain conversations. I know it. I can see it in him. But what I mean is, I could allow that to be something that's just negative in my life and impact my life negatively, and felt like I would use that as an excuse for why I was doing some of the more foolish things making some of the more foolish choices that I've made in my life. But instead of me doing that, I made a decision that I'm not going to continuously walk down that path. I made a decision that I can never be the man that he was for me. But I also made a decision that I'm not going to sit here and allow that to tarnish our relationship. I can still build and establish a relationship. I set the precedent now. I'm a grown ass man. I say keep blaming whatever happened on Tom, Dick, and Gregory and trying to make it seem like they're the reason for whatever's going on in my life, regardless of what happened in my life and at what point it happened and how things transpired and who's the reason for it and what purpose they served at that moment or later on. I set the precedent for what I want going on in my life. We set the precedent for what we want going on in our lives. So with that being said, why not set a positive vibe around yourself on a regular basis? Laugh, joke, and smile. Take the time to do that on a regular basis. You know, take the time to enjoy yourself. But ain't nobody responsible for your happiness but you. Ain't nobody responsible for your happiness but you. You got to take the time to do the things that make you happy. You have to take the time to do the things that make you positive, that make you feel good. That's on you to do that. That's on us. That's on us. We gotta do it. She can't do it. He can't do it. We gotta do it ourselves. And then project that on the individuals that we come in contact with. It ain't always gonna be laugh, joke, and smiles on the regular. It ain't always gonna be that. But if we take the time to really focus on what it is we got going on and the things that we want, and then imagine the life that we could have if we live a more positive life. Damn, imagine what that could be. Imagine who you could be. Imagine what you would be if you literally take the time to live a positive life. Look, again, I ain't gonna talk y'all head off. If y'all like the content that I'm putting up, make sure you smash that like button. Comment on a few things. I like to hear from y'all. See how y'all feel about the conversation that we had. Comment. Let me know how you feel. If you don't like it, I don't mind that either. Some of the negative stuff that y'all got in there, I don't mind that. But listen, I'm talking about positivity, so I want y'all to really focus on positivity. Don't come at me with no whole bunch of bullshit. I bite back. You know, this the doghouse. This the doghouse. I bite back. But in the same sense, I'm more than welcome to have those tough conversations. Let's talk about it. Until then, this is Black Ops TV. It's your boy Tony Guns. I'm going to holler at y'all. I'll be back at y'all with another one. Salute.